Jupiter, shall we? It is now 7:37 on the 14th of March. It's a Saturday evening, 2026. The sky is quite visibly blue. I do not expect sky dark until maybe 8:15 to 8:30. Don't really check in what time the sun sets. I just basically have to be open to atmospheric rivers deflecting either north or south and giving me an hour or so where I can do some astro these days. I'm hoping to cover the 2550 to 2600 2599 series this evening, but because it's early, I have gone ahead and we're having a look at the bands on the run. Now, one thing you'll notice about this, we're getting a fairly high contrast view of both the southern and northern, right? Left is southern, right is northern, equatorial belts on Jupiter. But I'm also noticing some various clear, well, not clear, but obviously apparent blotching north of both the equatorial belts. In fact, there's at least one very white spot visible right at the tip of my cursor that you should pay attention to. Now, I don't know how persistent such spots are, but yes, indeed, there are kind of vortices on Jupiter that end up variegating the topographical features of its atmosphere. And I think in general, and you can also see quite a few splotches right along the equatorial belt, but I think in general what you've got various layers of atmosphere on Jupiter. And then you get vortices that basically allow you to see deeper or further up. I would imagine the ones that are further up are the whitish ones because they're more likely to reflect more light, but I'm just speculating on the matter. So this is not a bad view of Jupiter. Of course, the Great Red Spot is not present. I think I predicted the next date it would be visible facing the Earth would be March 22nd. That's based on my own limited experience with monitoring when the belt has been seen and roughly calculating rotational rates of both Jupiter and the Earth. Anyway, I'm quite pleased with the amount of variety. Unfortunately, nothing is particularly stable. You can see the atmosphere is fluctuating the image of Jupiter quite a bit. And there are only moments where you can specifically see white spots, etc., and various crenulations along the equatorial bands for just mere instants. And there's probably a way of stacking one of these video sequences, but I'm not going to play with that now, otherwise I'll be expanding my skill set a little too much for what I really need to do. But anyway, here is Jupiter at 7:40 p.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time on the 14th of March 2026. And that gives us about 8 more days before the calculated reappearance of the GRS. And with that, about 3 minutes and 30 seconds in on this video, I'm going to sign off by saying Carpe Noctem, and I will prepare for what hopefully this sky atmospheric hole will present for at least an hour, so I can capture the NGC 2550 to 2599 series, and if it holds up, maybe even beyond that. So with that, almost 4 minutes in, I'm going to say Carpe Noctem.